Imagine for a moment the Earth simply stopped spinning. The first thing to appreciate is that rotation isn't cosmetic, it's dynamical. We are stardust, contemplating the stars, but we also ride a spinning crust. If the spin ceased, what would happen to everything built atop that motion?
Wubba lubba dub dub. You mean the whole planet finally decides to take a nap and screw up everyone's commute? Okay, besides the immediate screams, think about inertia. The atmosphere, oceans, and anything not solidly anchored would keep moving. Buildings wouldn't politely fall over, they'd be ripped off. Oceans would surge in supersonic wallops, and winds would rearrange the map of civilization like a toddler with a Play-Doh world.
Exactly. At the equator, you'd lose the centrifugal force that slightly counteracts gravity. That's why we weigh a bit less at the equator today. Remove that spin and effective gravity increases, so people and structures would feel heavier. Conservation of angular momentum means the kinetic energy has to go somewhere. If the stop is sudden, that's an enormous release. Catastrophic earthquakes, massive volcanic eruptions, and global tsunamis.
I turned myself into a pickle, Morty, but even my pickle couldn't survive the thermal whiplash. Without rotation, the day-night cycle changes dramatically. Half the planet bakes in continuous daylight, the other half freezes in endless night. Weather systems wouldn't swirl like they do now because Coriolis forces would vanish. So what happens to our climate belts and the jet streams that ferry heat around the globe?
And beyond the immediate, think geophysically, Earth's dynamo. Our liquid iron core relies on rotational dynamics to sustain the magnetic field. If rotation waned, the magnetic shield protecting us from cosmic and solar radiation would weaken or collapse over geological timescales, exposing the surface to higher radiation and stripping away atmosphere more easily.
So yeah, stop the spin and congratulations, you win earthquakes, tsunamis, a baked half planet, a frozen half, and maybe a slow radioactive bake. Happy now?
But here's the open question to ponder. How precise does stop need to be? A gradual slowdown over millions of years would let life adapt. Continents rewire, magnetic fields evolve. Are disasters unavoidable or a function of timescale? And philosophically, if a planet's rotation changed the conditions for life so profoundly, what does that say about contingency in the cosmos? The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you, but it does invite inquiry. What would we prioritize saving, and how would societies reinvent themselves on a non-rotating world?